Crime, people moving out, and businesses leaving town. St. Louis is a city on the decline. But tonight, we're committing to a year-long series called Searching for Solutions to see what other cities are doing to turn things around.
We start in Detroit. It declared bankruptcy, suffered record unemployment, and couldn't recruit new business. Our Mark Maxwell shows us how the Motor City revived its economic engine.
We went on the road to Detroit, Michigan, Motor City, USA, that place that got America where we were going, that same place that broke down, went bankrupt, and very much like St. Louis, needed more than just a tune-up. The city's economic engine needed a total rebuild.
Detroit was broke.
Journalist and author John Gallagher studied urban development in shrinking cities for more than 3 decades.
When I got here in 1987 to work for the Detroit Free Press, the city was still on its long, sad decline.
Until the American auto industry sputtered and stalled, dragging the Motor City down with it.
Detroit hit rock bottom and then some. When you lose 2/3 of the population and 90% of the jobs, and you have 100,000 vacant lots in the city because homes have been abandoned and then burned out, you are at rock bottom.
It's the job of the mayor to bring the city back.
Let me jumpstart my life.
Now, the birthplace of the Queen of Soul is writing a new verse.
Now I got a second chance.
With the help of Los Rel, a nonprofit volunteer who wrote this jingle.
They gon' find you a job, they gon' get you together. Music is not my day job.
But it is helping the long-term unemployed learn skills and find theirs. And
Let me jumpstart my life.
it's catching on.
The employment rate has dropped under 7% recently, and just the whole spirit, you can just feel it.
You can see it, too. Signs of revival on the city's skyline, and a grand reveal just around the corner.
So this all exists because of an incredible investment from Ford.
For decades, Michigan Central symbolized the decline of Detroit. The Grand Central train station that once welcomed people from all across the world fell into ruin and disrepair. That iconic architecture, covered in graffiti for so long, will soon host innovators, charting the course for a cleaner generation of scooters, drones, and self-driving cars.
I think there's a real recognition that mobility is something that requires everybody.
Just blocks away,
It had great structure and bones. They don't make construction like this anymore.
a new startup enjoys support from some of the oldest corporate mainstays in the country. Ford, Kellogg, Chase, and their foundations kicked in grant funds distributed through Motor City Match to businesses who put down roots in Detroit.
This hub will actually be an incubator.
Tanya Saldivar Ali and her husband Luis
We really call ourselves a micro business.
won a $65,000 grant to complete construction on their workforce development center, helping other contractors learn the business side of building things.
That'll push us across the finish line.
The city used federal money from the American Rescue Plan to fuel Motor City Match even farther.
It's exciting, but it's also shocking. Being growing here all of our lives, I'm 47, and to see this type of comeback, this is the first time in my lifetime. So older generations have seen Detroit in its glory, but for me, it's the first time we're ever seeing it.
It can take an awful lot to lure a big business to town, but sometimes all a small business needs is a little pick-me-up.
It's hard to start a small business in any city.
A $45,000 grant came in clutch for Sandy Hazelgrave's business.
As a first-time small business owner, the banks were really hesitant to give us a sizable loan.
Her coffee shop just opened its doors here and plans to expand into another location.
Means we can open in 2 months instead of a year.
Let me jumpstart my life.
Whether it's funding businesses,
We now have more than 140 Motor City Match businesses open that would not have been open.
or finding workers,
We're an example of what's possible.
Detroit is getting back to work.
Now I got a second chance.
And the way Detroit brought jobs back may not shock you. Small business grant programs aren't exactly reinventing the wheel after all. Same with workforce training or education scholarship programs. But Detroit used American Rescue Plan funds to expand those programs that already showed promise, including direct payments to people who showed up to just do the work.
And Mark, this is just the first of 4 stories that you found in your travels to Detroit. So what are you focusing on next?
Well, in Detroit, jobs are up and crime is down. And sometimes those two are connected in more ways than you might imagine. We met one worker who kept running into career obstacles from a pair of felony convictions in his past. The city's Project Clean Slate got him off the sidelines and back in the game.
I ran across a flyer for a job fair. After I got my record clean, I was just like, oh, like the sky's the limit. I can do anything. It's a thing that you feel. You can. The way I walk into a room these days is much different.
We'll have his story and an exclusive look inside the Detroit Police Department's real-time crime center to see behind the scenes in their drastic drop-offs in carjackings and shootings. That's next Tuesday night.
All right, Mark, thanks very much.